Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending where you are, and which is a kind of, a great reminder. Please, guys, say hi in chat and say where you're from. I always love to see, our international colorist community coming together. Hello, hello. We got Gary from Pennsylvania. Very good. Hey, and Jason is with us. Hello, Jason. And we have a Trent. Very good. Trent is from Sweden, and Tyler. Hey, Dado, you mentioned something. Wait. You mentioned the challenges with the Color Sciences Fan Cut Pro. Could you explain what are they, maybe how to overcome them? Well, I could try, definitely. Oh my God, Igor is with us. Good to see you, Igor. And Kushnik from India, and Poland, and Vienna, and Latvia. Oh my God, come on, keep it coming, keep it coming. UK. Wait, who's from the UK? Oh my God, wait. Hong Kong, Martin. Oh my God, very good. Ankara, Erwin van der Stappen is in Ankara? Erwin, what are you doing there? Oh my God, Nicaragua. And Texas, and California. Oh, good to see you all. Good to see you all, everybody. Welcome. Welcome. It's going to be actually a really interesting one, because I have, like so many announcements to make. So it's going to be actually really, really, let's see, actually, let's start, with what we have planned for today. I'm also going to be following chat as I'm going along and try to, answer your questions as I follow. But here is like a short agenda what I have prepared for us for today. So number one, I'm going to talk about Freelab, our brand new product. And I will also explain a little bit, why we're doing it and what it's doing and why it's really important for you. Okay, and so far we added well over 2,000 new members of our community who have decided to, dive into our products and experience our wonderful Colourlab color engine, which is inside the Freelab. And I'm going to explain a little bit today, what it does and what you can expect from it. Then I'm going to talk about the brand new version of Look Designer. Look Designer 3.0. It is major release. So basically, we really added a new feature that we worked on for a very long time, and we really wanted to make this version 3. So it's not a point release. It's actually version 3 because it really marks a new era basically in color management. We'll learn a little bit about the XO1 files as well, what they are and how they do. And then I have something called Colourlab Ai for Windows. Wait. Can I read this correctly? What does it say here? Colourlab Ai for Windows. Anybody in the chat wanted to ask me again the question, is there going to be a Colourlab for Windows? Maybe you can try to do this now. You have a little bit more time. I'm the happiest one that, to be able to tell you that I have on my agenda something called Colourlab Ai for Windows. If you think you've been waiting a long time, you don't know how long I've been waiting for this to happen. Oh my God. Oh my God. Yes, Wayne. Yes, that's exactly how I feel. And then I'm going to talk to you about the collaboration between us and Postlab, which also is basically just going to give you an idea, to what is going to be possible in the future with color management and new approach to color metadata. That we're going to release a little bit later. This one's not out right now, but I'm happy to give you these announcements. It's also something we've been showing on the NAB, and I think it's really fair for for us to give you like a full update, to show you what it's happening. And and basically, yeah. Is there gonna be Colourlab Windows? But come on, let's go and talk about first about Freelab, and let me explain you a little bit what it is. Actually, to do this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually go and straight away, go into my screen sharing, okay? And I want to show you Adobe Premiere. Now, I'm surely, this is a big DaVinci Resolve community, but, we are really like, understanding the pain points that you guys have. Adobe is by far, the biggest editor out there. Many people love to edit in it, and we really wanted to, help you guys, and also like help you integrate it better, into professional color workflows, and what basically we're doing with the Freelab, with the free plugin, is we're giving DaVinci Resolve and Adobe Premiere, both Mac and Windows users, so really wide group of people, ability to use the same color engine. Okay, now you probably wonder, what is Color Engine? What is that? Well, Color Engine is basically, think about it, just a piece of software, like a game engine, right? Like a Unity or like an Unreal Engine, right? So it's a piece of software where you can give it certain instructions and it's going to change your image from one to another effectively, right? So basically, this is kind of a simplified way what Color Engine is. And our Color Engine has got an incredibly sophisticated color management, because this is really how it started. So Colourlab engine was developed before Blackmagic and DaVinci Resolve had color management. So we basically made it as an add-on to DaVinci Resolve before they had this, DCM2 or this, what's it called, the DaVinci Resolve Management, DRM2, right? So basically, what is really, but back in the day, granted, this was an engine that was used just by high-end picture post-productions, and then slowly, like, we made a public release of the plugin, and then slowly, like, look at it today, this engine is free for all. And actually, for me, this is also like an amazing kind of, probably like I would say like a journey, because I started, developing these kind of color management systems back in 2008, right? And back then it was so complicated. It was so complicated, I would have never thought that we would have been able, to come to the point where today you can color manage with one click. It's one-click color management. And I can't believe that we managed to take such a complicated process and really reduce it down to, where you just basically have one click to do. So let me just actually show you, like, what's really happening. And the reason why I'm really happy to show it on a Premiere, because they really need it more than you do. I'm talking about DaVinci users, right? DaVinci users have got, color management inside, and it's complicated, right? You know it. How many? I have like a 5-week training course for SEMPTI starting on the 5th of May, a certification course about color management. Color management is not simple, by all means. It takes 5 weeks to really master the skill of color management. And there is so many conflicting videos out there. Oh, do it like this, do it like this. No, we do ACES, we do DaVinci Ai Gamut. What's better? What's not? Right? I want to remove all of that. And if you guys want to just have like a simple drag and drop and one click kind of solution, that's really what it's all about. Okay, so what it is really is this. Look, let me just show you. So I'm now on a Premiere timeline, and I have a bunch of clips. Okay, so what I do is I drop basically my kind of Freelab on it, right? And then I basically do that. And actually, let me just, earlier as I was preparing, I have, just already wrote it in and so on. So by default, like, just tells me it tries to be like, it thinks it's Arri camera, but this is actually a Sony camera, I know. So this is this one click you need to do. Look at, by the way, hey, all of you Premiere users, look at the list of cameras we support. Even if for DaVinci users, I mean, come on, of course there is an amazing color management engine, color space transform, but, without all these exotic cameras and especially some features that we have, I'm going to show you like generic log, which we have now released for this. So this is basically a Sony S Gamut 3.Cine. So I just click on that, and instantly what I get is a Rec 709. So no more LUTs. You don't ever need a single lookup table for any one of your cameras. You won't need it. You basically have every camera on the planet, and if it has not there, I'll show you how you're still going to be able to work with it. You will never need a LUT for any of the cameras again. You will get a perfect Rec 709 from any log image. Full stop. With one click. And it took me since 2008. How many years is that? Come on, mathematicians, 12, 15 years. 15 years. Jesus, my God, you know, never give up, right? Okay, good. So this is basically what it does. So it allows you to kind of, you know, color manage and give you Rec 709. But this is not everything. This is not everything. What also does, it supports X01. So you see, it says here, import X01. Okay, and now you're like, what is this X01? X01 is the future of color management. Okay, so far what we've been doing is we've been using mainly lookup tables to color manage, and they work great, but they're not perfect. Okay, then there is a better way how to work, and this is the reason why. You have to understand, a lookup table is a fixed transform, and it's a kind of also like a transform that needs a lot of interpolation between different points in order to get to the final result. It works 100%, and we've been relying on it for a long time, but it's not ideal. So X01 is actually not a 3D LUT, is a parametric basically instruction. So it's a text-based instruction. It's a special language for our color engine. So it's basically, you tell our color engine in a textual instruction where you tell it, hey, modify image in this way. And then you tell it, do this. Now, you don't have to do this manually. I'll show you how you're going to be making your own X01s. And all of you who downloaded the Freelab today, you're going to get an email with a pack of these free free X01s that we are giving it to you. So it's like a little starter pack, and we're going to continue expanding on this library of things. So you have certain film emulations, right? So for example, I can use an Ilford stock for black and white if I fancy that, right? Or I could use maybe like a Fuji Reala, you know, oh my God, Fuji Reala, right? In free, yeah, it's there, it's free for you. Look, you can have that. Or I could basically maybe use like one second, let me see. I could use, you know, like I have this, you know, Cinetone, and then maybe like a South. Cinetone is like a really cool looks, right? So look, oh, so I love it. South gives me a warm look. Perfect, right? So it's not just that you do 7 and 9, but you also can create looks, and guess what? These looks are camera independent. The same look is going to work for any camera, and I'm going to show you basically how that works, right? So I'm just going to copy this one now. Let's go to the next clip, and this is some sort of drone footage, right, or helicopter footage. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say paste attributes, right, and I'm going to say, hey, I'm going to use a Freelab here, boom, and then I'm going to say, well, I don't think this is Sony camera, so why don't I basically just tell it I don't know what camera it is, you know, it's just downloaded somewhere, right? I actually know what camera it is, but I'm pretending that I don't know. I'm just going to say, so I don't know what camera it is, and I have here one setting which is called log generic. Anytime you have some log footage with unknown origin, and happens, all the libraries have given this, or somebody sends you, you know, material to grade and it's just completely renamed, baked in, you don't know what camera they have, right? You use log generic, and that's what I'm going to do now. And look, it automatically fixes your log for you, but on top of that, what it does, it also applies the same look. So not only I can basically do like a, you know, color manage my timeline now, but also I can apply same look to different camera sources. Okay, and that is really the beauty of the X01 approach. And you will see also, like as we continue developing X01, how, you know, things will connect. You will find that there's going to be some interesting stuff happening with the GPT-4 and X01s. There will be some interesting stuff happening with cloud and X01s. So we are just basically letting it out into the wild, you know, and you know, letting you, you know, experience the power of true color management, and, you know, basically the parametric looks, the X01s. Okay, cool. So now, How to make an XO1? So this is a very good question. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go basically into my Colourlab, right? And then basically maybe I have this look. So let's say I'm going to start with this look. It's just kind of, I'm going to use any footage. So just for you to see how it would work. So I'm going to go and say, hey, I want to go into look design. Okay, I go into look design, and then in here, usually I start with a contrast. I want to have okay, so maybe this F2 or F3 maybe is a good one. Then I'm going to go and apply some print stock. Why not? I'm going to then go and apply something. Oh, that's looking very good. Then I'll use a little bit my subtractive color to cool it down a little bit, right? Why not? Okay. And then I'll apply a little ENR as well. No, FP. FP stands for film print emulation, so apply that a little bit, so just to kind of, tame my colors. And I apply a little push and pull just to open it up. Let's say this is my look, okay? It's just, I'm just showing you roughly how I'm doing. So now you see this look is already saved here for you. Then you right mouse click on it. You say export in XO1, right? You call it, let's see, I'm going to just put it somewhere onto my downloads folder, why not? And I'm going to call it AMA X look. Okay, so just I can basically find it easier. Fantastic. Then you go back into your Premiere or DaVinci, right? I'm not going to be able to show you both, but I suppose you guys get the idea. And then you say here, hey, import in XO1. Then I go into my downloads folder. There it is. Boom. And there you go. So the same look on a completely different camera, but works, like, right? So basically, and it's just now, and now look, the same engine works on DaVinci Resolve, on Adobe Premiere, and Final Cut. Final Cut doesn't have a Freelab. You have to use Colourlab Ai. Okay, but the same principle, the same color management, the same engine, right, works on all three, on any camera. And guys, this is just making your life very, very easy. Okay, this is really why we are doing it, because we really want you to make your life easy, right? You don't have to anymore complicate, with all of those things, like you just basically, can do it. But before I jump into the Look Designer 3.0, let me just quickly go to the chat and see what's happening there. Okay. That function with generate light and resolve for export lights for the cameras. That's correct. So that could be like a, you could basically cyclop, photography. Yes, that could be like that. But you're generating, you have to understand, you're generating a lot, right? Which is just one transform from one camera to one output. Okay, the XO1 is not that. And also the XO1, you can re-add it. So maybe you create an XO1, but you say later, oh, maybe I want to change it. No problem. You open XO1, you re-edit it, and then you continue working on it, right? And it works for any camera, okay? And it's not LUT. You have to understand, this is not a LUT. This is an instruction for Color Engine to produce the look that you want. And that is the big difference, okay? So does Freelab and your other apps work on Linux on Resolve? It can work on Linux. Yes, it can. We're going to make builds for that as well. Yes, we have, the code base is compatible with Linux. But, we do this only through our enterprise sales, so we don't put it on our website. So please just contact our, help at Colourlab Ai, and we'll help you with that. How does Freelab work on Advise? Is it a node-based? Yes, yes. So it's a node. How does it work on Advise? I don't understand that, Trent. You basically put it on a node. Yeah. In DaVinci Resolve, it's just a plugin that you put on a node. I'll show you in a minute. I'll show you exactly in a minute how that works. I'm just gonna close my Premiere and I'm gonna open my DaVinci. I try not to have both of them open at the same time. Okay, another question. Deep Music says, if I made a hybrid light in Rec 709 on set, how I have to final color grade in DCI-P3, how to do so? Okay, very good. So look, you're gonna need a look designer for that, because Freelab is limited to Rec 709, but Look Designer does not have any limitation. You can output it to any color space you want. Okay, so that means the XO1 can work in ACES, DaVinci Wide Gamut, P3D65, Rec 2020, PQ1000. I mean, you name it, right? Any color space is you can use XO1 inside any color space, and that is for input and for output. So you could, for example, use an XO1 in a completely ACES to ACES pipeline as well. But for that, you need a paid version. You need basically the look designer for that. Okay, where is the ProRes support in Colourlab AI? It's absolutely there, Alexis. We supported ProRes from the day one. I'm not sure what you mean. Where is it? If I'm surprised that you don't have it. Any plans to give Freelab the ability to convert log to log? No, Victor. We have Look Designer plugin for that. We don't need to kind of give this to Freelab. So if you need log to log, you can use Look Designer for that. And that is now the version 3 that we have just released. I'm going to show this on Adobe Premiere how it works. But basically we have that already. Yes, so we have that already. But listen, if I assume, Victor, is this: if you need log to log, then you certainly work professionally, and a few $100 for color management features should never be a problem for you. If it is, and then you probably need to start charging more for your work, because this is a tool that is going to help you and assist you, so it's not free. What Freelab is good for is for people who just are not really colorists. They just want to correct their camera, they just want to get a look going. They basically just need something to simplify their workflow, and hopefully one day, get excited about making their own looks, because we have great tools for making the looks, instead of just, collecting these libraries of lookup tables, and, they work only for one camera, and then, oh, mess, which one is it? What is that? You know the score. I mean, come on, you've been guys, I've been first one, to have collected, at the beginning years ago, tons of LUTs, and then when I start working with it, I'm like, which one was it again? Which one should I use? Is it this one? Okay, yes. Okay, will you make a Freelab for HDR? I will not make it for Freelab. For HDR, you have already effectively a version of Freelab for HDR, and it's called Look Designer. So that's going to do the job for you. I will show you that in a minute. Justin says, question, is there an update for utilizing alpha matte in support? No, there isn't one. And Justin, we needed to upgrade all our color engine for that, and that's going to be part of our version 3 release. Yes, that's that. Scaff said, can I use my paid version to create show look with ACES and then... Exactly, Carl. Carl got it. He nailed it. He nailed it. This is what you do. You take your Colourlab, you build your look, and then that look you distribute to all your team. And they don't have to have your software that you have for look design. They can just use a Freelab. Okay? And you basically have Colourlab or Look Designer. They're both able to do this. And that's how you will be able to work. Now, you have much more control as a colorist as well. You are not like guessing what they're going to do with your LUT. You tell them, just load this plugin in XO1. That's it. That's it. We've done. And they say, oh, now we started using this camera. No problem. Just select a different camera. The look stays the same. You don't have to change the look, right? So this is exactly what it's for. Well done, Carl. You got it, man. Perfect. Perfect. Now let me talk to you about Look Designer. Okay, this is an important new update, we got. So let me show you this. I'm now in DaVinci Resolve. By the way, Look Designer also works. Mac, PC, DaVinci, and Premiere. Okay, so it works for all. So if you actually are on Windows today and you want to make XO1s, you would be using Look Designer to do that, whether you're in Premiere or whether you are in DaVinci Resolve. And if you want anything more exotic with color management beyond just Rec 709, this is also the way how you want to do this. Okay, so let me go. So Look Designer, here we go. Version 3, boom, free upgrade. Okay, non-paid upgrade. It's free for all of you guys. You know, it's basically, that's the beauty of us, you know, working, you know, as a subscription model. Anytime we release a new version, you never have to go and pay for an upgrade. Okay, there is also a very important thing. This is not just a 3.0, it's a new engine. What we did is we worked really hard to accelerate this engine so that it works faster if you have a large timelines of, let's say, 1,000 clips, right? If you have a, let's say, 1,000 clips, you know, and you want to open it, it can take some time if you have, like, you know, plugin on all of them. Not anymore. We've now built basically a system that opens these timelines much faster and all. First time you apply a plugin, it will take a little time to adjust everything, to configure it. Once it's configured, you can just copy paste it and it's just gonna fly. Okay, so let me show you. So here I am now, version 3, Look Designer 3. Okay, so I know that this is an Ai camera, so I'm gonna go and just say Ai, right? And then I want to output it to Rec 709. But by the way, look guys, so you have any one of these options to export. 709, sRGB, you know, all different versions of 709. I'll explain you what all of they are, you know. You can export to FilmScan, to Netflix, to Aces. I mean, you name it, you know, we got it. And if we don't, we'll probably make it. Okay, so what I'm going to do this is, then I need to just open this shot a little bit. It's a little too dark. There we go. But I do this on a CDL, not on a Look Designer. So again, like, you know, what you do is you basically say, okay, I want to just, you know, apply like a little, let's say, an F3. And I'm going to apply a little crunch. And I want to print it to my favorite, which is called the MPF, right? And then I'm gonna go and basically in my negative, I'll use my negative stock Gen 2, and in a Gen 2, I'm gonna go and for Kodak 5219, okay? And I'm gonna open that a little bit, and then let me just go to my subtractive. So I go here, and I'm just gonna basically cool it down a little bit like this. All right, there we go. And then I need to push and pull a little bit every time, and I need to correct this a little. Okay, perfect. All right, so there we go. This is my kind of look that does everything. And all I have to do now is just scroll down, right? And I say export X01. Okay, so I designed my look. And I'm going to say this is my base grade church scene. I can also give myself notes, you know, testing. I can also say what category there is, you know. I can, you know, write that. I can write tags. You'll see why this is useful. I'm going to say okay to that. And it's going to ask me where to put it. I'm going to put it also in downloads. Okay, perfect. So now I made a look. I made a look and I started the look in DaVinci Resolve because this is my main grading system. This is where I'm going to be finishing it off. Okay, but what you do next is you go then into Colourlab Ai, right? And then you go into your show looks. Okay, let me just scrunch this one so I have it. Inside your show looks, you go clear plus, right? And then you can say import, you know, LUTs. Okay, and then you go and you basically go into your downloads and you select your X01, okay, and you open that. And now it basically imports this X01 that you created inside the Look Designer, okay? And just as that, it shows you all the parameters that you use there. Look, everything comes across. Every little setting you made inside the Look Designer has now come across into Colourlab Ai. Right? So now what I can do is I can start grading with my show LUT I built in DaVinci Resolve. Is because this is my tool. This is my kind of creative tool where I start working and doing everything like that. But I can now rely on Smart Engine, you know, that I can use basically for that, you know. So I'm just going to go and basically maybe use my tool like this. Oh, this is a little bit too dark. Let me put these two stops down. You know, I can say, okay, you be my reference, right? And I can then start grading the rest of the show, you know, using this particular show that I built and the reference I created, you know, from one of the grades. And now I'm basically, you know, going through it. When I'm done, I push it all back again to you know, DaVinci Resolve, and I can then, you know, finish my grade. And I'm able to basically now round trip DaVinci Resolve, look development, Colourlab, you know, matching, grading, balancing, and then finishing again in DaVinci Resolve. So, right, so it's a completely seamless. You never have to go to an actual 3D LUT. You're always flexible. You always have just the metadata to work with. And that's a huge advantage. You know, it's actually beautiful that we can now change our mind, you know, and and that we can actually do that, you know. So basically, yeah, it's an absolutely wonderful thing. And then here's some news for you. The Look Designer is on sale. We have an NAB sale that we started, you know, in Vegas last week, and it's still on, and it's going to go until the 1st of this month. So, or basically until the end of this month, the 30th of April, the 1st of May. So go ahead and take advantage of it, you know. And actually, we decided to discount the perpetual as well, and you get 25% off. Okay, so you know, and if you think about how much perpetual costs, and you think 25% off, it's probably the best value you're ever going to get for this plugin. And yeah, I think, you know, look, you know, if you got anybody, you know, was wondering, you know, I need extra features. Well, you got it now. You know, you have you know, full color management, look design, and everything available to you. All right, so let me go and look at a little bit in the chat. With the XO1 file in Look Designer 3.0, it doesn't appear to save IDT and ODT. That's correct, Rand. The IDT and ODT is not the part of an XO1. The XO1 is only the look, okay? We are going to listen to you. And if you guys think that we should add IDT and ODT, we are going to add it, okay? But our thinking was, okay, no, XO1 is just a look, and then you as a creator, you're going to choose to what camera you want to use it and what display you want to use it, okay? Then Deep Music says, what's the process of post-production? Like editor to colorist, back to editor, final movie, add some effects, and then editor makes the file for DCP. That's a long question, you know. I would gladly give you an answer. What I suggest you do is, if you want to learn really any of those, we have great courses on color training. We have next week starting, you know, Commercius Masterclass. Then the week after that, we're starting SMPTE in a certification class. Then we have a feature film masterclass. That's where you learn exactly intricate detail to how that works. Okay, but yes, this is now opening a completely new possibility to how it's going to be possible to move between editor colorist, and be able to work seamlessly. So what happens is, when the editor finishes their timeline in Premiere, they can send you all their color metadata to DaVinci. I'll make a separate tutorial about it. But this is huge, right? Imagine, you know, you don't start from zero. Everything that editor had on their timeline is now going to work in DaVinci Resolve as a notes, right? And that's huge. Okay, then the question. A side question, I'm a complete beginner color grading and thinking of taking your summer course. Yes, that's absolutely perfect. This is the best way. I can give you lots of examples of people who started like you, I'm a beginner, who are today accomplished colorists, who are today grading amazing stuff. Why? Because it's a very specific course. It starts with foundations that you need to build on, and then it takes you through all the really very important training. So it's not just watching YouTube videos and trying to learn tips. It's actually you doing, submitting assignments, me looking through assignments, giving you feedback, and you developing your skill in a group of very talented people. This is completely different, guys, than just watching tips and YouTube videos. I don't know, at least I have a problem with that. I watch it with YouTube videos, say, oh my God, this is such a great tip. Tomorrow I forgot about it. And then when I'm on the job and I think like I should use it, I forgot now exactly how to do it. That's not really the best way how to learn. Clearly, you have to, you know, go and practice, you know, grading. And that's why we do our courses like this. There is a whole semester of practice. So, you know, and we do make it, like, you know, as affordable as possible. Okay, want to know if it's suitable for beginners? Absolutely. You can start from zero. You start from zero. We have a DaVinci Resolve 101 free course. Start with the free course. Don't pay any money. Just do the free courses first. If you like it, if you think you're learning, you like the style of teaching, then you go and you enroll. Don't just go run and you know, say, oh, I'm just going to sign up. No, first start. If you're complete beginner, we'll take you from zero to hero. I hate that, but anyway, it is really what happens. Do you have a link for the SEMTI course? I do have a link for SEMTI course, but you know what? You should be part of our color grading community, because I'm going to also send you a discount. So please go to Color.training and sign up for the mailing list, because we are mailing out a special discount code for SEMTI course. Please don't go and sign up now without not taking advantage of that. Carl says, do I have a video output also on Linux that works on all formats? Yes, you have. Carl, this is correct. Marcello, thank you for helping out with Vanya. Mad Hatter says, Dado's classes are great. Way! Thank you. I love to hear that. I love teaching, by the way. I love it. All right, let's see next. The Winterlook Academy was a turning point for me. Oh, man. I love it. Thank you. Thank you. Wait. I want to play a little applause. Thank you. Gary says, this course is well worth it. He's on it as well. Excellent. Thank you, Gary. Roberto says, how does SEMTI course integrate with the summer pass? It does not. It's empty course. It's empty course. But you know what, Robert? You will be certified by SEMTI. You will have a paper that is worldwide recognized. This is a course where all the big companies are sending their employees to. We train Amazon, Netflix, NBC, CBS, Universal. All the big studios are training their staff on this course. This is the reference training course. You have to understand. This is basically, with that paper, you can apply for a job, and they will say, okay, we know what SEMTI is. Of course, everybody does. And this is why I worked so hard to get to the level that color management gets industry standard certification. It took us 2 years to work with SEMTI. Every word I say on that course was approved by a group of people. It was really, really a huge effort to make that course. But it was worth it, because now we have a standard. Now we're not guessing what's color management in film and video. Well, this is what it is like. This is what it works. Okay? Right? Adam says, what's the level of experience recommended to take the SEMTI course? Not big. You know, you should know a little bit how to open DaVinci, know a little bit about camera, what it does, how it works, but you don't have to be specialist. It really, like, listen, we have people who are working in production who are not even colorists who do it. We have, supervisors, production managers. It has a technical parts of it, but it's not like a heavy duty. We really, want to make color management, in every part of our industry. An editor should know color management. A DIT should know. Visual effects person should know. Everybody should know how color management works, right? This is the most helpful thing, I believe, for colorists today, is not to rely on completely manual control. And look, I spent 15 years developing color management to be one click. Why? Because it really helps. It really helps. It really cuts the time down, that you need to get amazing looks. Carl says, if using a CDL workflow on set that also uses my XO1 looks, if the DIT applies some small tweaks before the Freelab XO1 node, yes, you can. Of course, Carl, you can do that. We support ADLs as well. Think about XO1 is just a show lot, right? It's just a show lot. It absolutely works with everything. It's not limiting you in any way. Tobias says, I can really recommend. My God, guys, you're amazing. I should actually screenshot this. Thank you. Absolutely amazing. Thank you for that. Thank you. What's the process? This was the question I answered. Rand said, with XO1 files in Look Design 3, it doesn't. We got that. Hey, Peter is with us. Hello, Peter. Justin says, what input profile is best for bringing in footage captured in broadcast format and not directly from camera? You use Rec 709. Yes, you use, it's called Rec 709 IDT. That's the best format, Justin, for that. I noticed that when I try to make log-to-log for Alexa wide gamut, when I select both an IDT and ODT, it makes the image less saturated and more blue. Yes, the reason, Rand, it does that because it is limiting Alexa wide gamut to version 3. Okay, so Don't do that. That's not advisable, process to do. We are not going to be able to do a complete bypass through at the moment, because we would have to get our engine to start supporting it. We're gonna get it working, but not right now. You have to understand that the version for Ari is a separate beast. By the way, I'm working with Ari to do a free seminar for all of you to learn more about it. Okay, very good. Oh my God, so let's go back. Says, have you been able to map those nice tools like sliders with standalone app? Or yes, Carl, I have. So you see, the standalone app is the Colourlab Ai. So now you can open Colourlab Ai, build an XO1, and load it into your look designer, right? Now look, it's not interactive. It's not, you can't control directly one and another. And that's the limitation. That's not from us. It's the limitation from manufacturers, right? They don't allow you to basically, connect an external app like this. But you can build the look perfectly well in Colourlab Ai and move it as XO1 in the look design and continue working like that, right? Okay, that's amazing. Yeah. Okay, perfect. Alrighty, so let's go back. So what I want to show you next is probably something that you guys all have been waiting for. All right, so let me see what's next. Dun, dun, dun. Ladies and gentlemen, today, on April 27th, I'm going to hold a laptop, which is a wonderful Windows laptop with my fingerprints on it, and dun, 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 there we go. I hope you can see it. I'm sorry, I'm not going to share my screen yet. It's a pre-release. What's this window here it's saying? Yeah, always Windows has some updates, man. It's like, Windows is update crazy. Nothing's changed there, right? Always something, hey, your system is at risk. You need to update more. There we go. Look. Colourlab Ai on Windows. And you know what? It's fully interactive, right? You can basically press play and it's going to give you like all the controls in real time. Look, I can change color in real time. I don't have to stop and change. It is going to be a beast when it's finished, right? Okay, so what does this mean for you now that I'm holding laptop? As you probably think like, okay, when can I have it? When can you have it? You are going to be able to have it if you're really interested to do so. You probably remember, you're not sure if you remember, but I'm going to remind you what happened with the very first version of Colorlab, and we're going to use the same process again, simply because that works really, really well. So what we're going to do is you're all going to get an email to sign up, and also there will be a page on our website to sign up your interest into knowing, what's happening with Colourlab Ai for Windows. So you basically leave us your email, and then at one point we're going to invite you for a limited amount of only 500 people who will get an early access. Okay, at one moment, and not such a far future, we will invite you to join the early adopter program. Okay, and we limit this to 500 people. Okay, so just so you know, these things will go very fast. So we will announce a little bit in advance when we will open the registrations for applications for early adopter program. Just at the moment, register. So we have your email. Then we're going to send you an email, say, hey, on this day we're going to open the process for the registration for early access. What happens then is, then if you get approved and you go into first 500, you will work with us in early development and finishing phase of Colourlab Ai for Windows. Okay, so it will be working pretty much, all the major functions will be there, but we will be still tweaking certain settings, maybe playback, performance. You know, we are basically going to be hearing how it's playing on your machine, what hardware do you have, what's your GPU settings. Okay, let's see how we can optimize for you. What's the frame rate that you get? What is this? What is that? You know, let's go and link between Premiere and this machine. You know, there is so many unknowns, guys, you have to know, because it's so complicated to connect DaVinci, Premiere, this, that, GPUs are different. It's not like Mac environment where everything's like blocked, closed. We know exactly what we're doing. Windows is a different beast. And also we're using really advanced technology. I have to thank at this moment to NVIDIA. You know, they have been incredible. And you know, they have given us advice. You know, this is a Vulkan-based application. It's a brand new GPU accelerated language, which we never used before, and it's absolutely awesome. The performance we're getting on the NVIDIA cards is absolutely fantastic. So basically, then, you know, we're going to go and open it to the public beta. And our hope is that by the IBC this year, to have it released for everybody else. Okay, so this is the path. So, you know, just make sure you're on our mailing list. I will send you an invite to how you register your interest, you know, to join basically the early adopter group. And then, as I said, this is going to be the process for us, you know, to, you know, build. We call them factory drivers, and which is really what they are. Ooh, excellent, excellent, very good. Where is the info for this empty course? Tal will send you link. I'm gonna send you the link. If you're in our mailing list, you know, I'm gonna send you the link for that. So make sure that you're on a Color Training mailing list or any of our emails. We're you know, there is a if you go to SEMPTI website and training, you know, and you know, like any other kind of institution, they're super bad on websites. So, you know, not even I can find my own course on their website. Not sure how you guys are going to be able to find it. So, but you're going to pay a full price. So don't do that. Just wait. I have a special code that I'm going to release to you, so you get also discount for the course. Yeah, I'm confused with all the different apps plugins. Can you explain them and the difference and ideal usage? Okay, Carl, I'm not surprised that you're confused, but I will explain to you everything like that. Okay, so Carl, let me explain to you one more time how all these apps and how everything works, so that you basically understand. Okay, the core, the center of everything is Colourlab Ai. Okay? Colourlab Ai has got this color engine that is also connected to an AI system. Okay, and this AI system will analyze footage, will help you balance, it will help you grade and do all of that for you. Okay, Colourlab Ai can then connect to external applications. Okay, and that connects via making Notary in DaVinci, applying special plugin for Premiere called Colourlab Ai, and applying special plugin for Final Cut Pro, and they all work together. So you can actually go from Premiere to DaVinci via Colourlab, for example. Okay, so that's the hope. And that's the best place if you want to develop looks, XO1s, or anything like that. Colourlab Ai as a desktop application is the best place to do that. Okay, then what we have is we have a look designer plugins. Okay, these plugins work only for Premiere and for DaVinci, but they work for Windows and for Mac. Look designer is actually our core, our engine, completely manual, but it has some great features beyond just, you know, standard looks and everything. It gives you, you know, Ad-Lachman zones, which are very, very useful, right? It gives you LUT testing. It gives you XO1 now, import and export, so you can move color metadata between them. It gives you LUT import and export. It gives you all the possible color management. This is really the engine that is adopted by more than 500 of the world's top post-production companies. They use it for their workflow a lot, like a lot, right? This is a tool as well for good look design and look creation, and it's just solving a lot of, you know, stupid problems as well that we have, and also some really big problems that we have. Okay, and then now on top of that, you get the Freelab. And what Freelab does is that engine, that color engine, with no parameter settings, right? You can only choose what camera one-click color management, right? But that look, that X01 look, is compatible with Freelab. So then you can still build looks and give it to your colleagues and your editors and your, people who you work with, so they can just download free plugin, use your look, use your X01, and work like that. At the same time, it's really great for any content creator who doesn't really want to be colorist. They just really want to have something to make the camera look half decent so they can apply it and off you go. And it really helps them to open the mind, beyond beyond 3D LUTs, right? Because, mark my words, we will not be using 3D lookup tables for very long. They will go away. Like some other things. We've been through this phase where everything was 3D LUT, and slowly we are getting out of that phase. And there will be other things. X01 is one of them. And I know that other manufacturers are working on it as well. Okay? So you have to understand that we reached the limit to what 3D LUT can do for us, and it was stopping out the development of color management and what we can do with it. And especially in the AI era, 3D LUT is not good. We need parametric color. And this is the answer to that. And once you connect AI and parametric looks, it is going to open for you, right? You will really understand where we're going. Today, you can't do that yet. I mean, you can with Colourlab AI, but think about what's going to happen when, you one day you go to GPT and you say, GPT-4, ChatGPT, and say, hey, make me a look like James Bond, and it gives you an X01 file, for example. Think about that possibility. And it's going to be able to do that because it understands language. And X01 is language. Okay, this is just a little inspiration for you guys to see what's coming. Okay, one more thing I have. Colab and Postlab, basically collaboration. Postlab is part of Hedge. It's a really cool Dutch company, and you all know it. I hope you do. And if you don't, you should go check out. They have this, absolutely the best, backup software. And you use it. I use it for just copying stuff around, right? Not even just, backing up my camera cards. It's a really useful piece of kit. And they have a software called Postlab that allows you to collaborate on projects. And what it's very useful, it allows you to basically lock your project so that when you're working on it, nobody else can edit with it. Okay? And it has a great future, by the way, because I was told that Hedge is not just gonna stop on that functionality. And it, by the way, Postlab works with Premiere Pro, Final Cut, and Media Composer. It works with all of them. Okay, so what we did with them is we have made a special partnership that when you are, and it is at the moment only available for Final Cut. It's not available in the public at the moment. What we will, as the time comes, we will release it. And what is really going to do for you is that you can color grade with Colourlab AI, and then move that metadata into Postlab. And anybody who's a Postlab user, anybody who has basically Postlab on their desktop, is going to be able to open any Colourlab AI graded timeline for free. They don't have to have a plugin. They don't have to have any license or anything like that. Basically, Postlab is giving them access to Colourlab AI metadata. And this is really what we see the future of collaborative workflow is going to be, where a person is going to be able to grade in one place and never have to upload the actual graded media, but just basically leave the graded result inside the project. Somebody else can open and basically continue working like that. This is really the future of collaborative workflow. We're starting with Final Cut, and then as we develop it, we learn more with it. We're going to continue integrating it with other platforms. It is going to make sense once we release it and you start using it. Okay, one more thing. I have time for that, do I? Yeah, I do. I want to just remind you that next week we are starting a commercials masterclass. So basically, we just finished on color training the fundamental part. You know, we actually have one more week on fundamentals, and it's not too late, guys, to join. You know, you can just enroll in a whole pass, or you know, if you want to say, no, I want to just learn commercials, go for that and do it. This is probably the most important skills you want to have today. The area of commercials grading is one that's growing the fastest in color grading. Most new jobs and most demand for colorists is in commercials, because commercials is not just TV commercials. That's basically all the digital commercials, you know, everything you ever imagine. I mean, even your local pizza service needs a digital kind of commercial to advertise. People need video, and it's your job to do it. And what we teach here is not how to grade commercials, really. What we teach you here is how to finish them, how to do beauty. Yes, how to retouch people, how to make them look beautiful without them looking retouched, okay? How to paint out objects that you don't want, you know? How to reformat for different masters. How to make sure that things look the same, right? You graded something, looks one way. You export it, looks completely different. You upload it, looks completely different, right? How to get that into control, right? How to enhance it with, you know, all the new tools DaVinci 18 has got. How to use the depth separation. Really cool stuff you're going to see that you don't normally see on YouTube videos, right? It's a very different. How to do volumetric lighting. And. It's a 2-week program. It's absolutely amazing. And yes, we opened an NAB sale, which is still on. And it's called NAB 20% off from this course. And it's going to close on 1st of May. So, you know, I recommend if you're still on the edge, this is a time to do it. Let me go quickly into my chat and just see what is happening there. Okay. Will you do in-person class focus on Colourlab Ai and the rest of your ecosystem? We are. Yeah, we are. We actually, you know, are doing these classes like that. But it's a good and a suggestion. Actually, maybe I should do like a more kind of, you know, live stream classes on Colourlab that are not necessarily on YouTube. Maybe we'll schedule some like a Zoom classes as well. Absolutely, absolutely. You see, yes. Where could you join masterclass? You could go to color.training and basically you look at masterclasses and click on commercials. Marcello can maybe post a link. Where is the new Grain Lab coming out? It's coming. Actually, I have just tested this morning a brand new version. You know, I have given my feedback. It was in use on a really big project already. Really, really big project was already using the new Grain Lab. Some really crazy stuff we're doing with it. And what we're doing now is we're just optimizing it for real-time performance. You know, when we first make a plugin, it works great for big studios because they have these big Linux systems with lots of GPU. But now we have to make sure it runs on every laptop. So we're basically just figuring that out. Should be not too long. What the heck is Grain Lab, says Carl. Grain Lab is magic. You'll find out, Carl, soon. Don't worry, it's coming your way. Updates, multi-clip support and ProRes RAW. No, I haven't done, you know, the ProRes RAW, we have actually like already kind of supported, but you know what we're adding now is just a linear. If you need ProRes RAW now, please email us. We have a special version of Colourlab that does that. So if you need ProRes RAW, let me know. It's not released. Oh my God, Fred's in the house. Fred Fleury, my God, he's my man. He's my man. My God, Fred, we need to catch up, man. We need to catch up. Yes, Marcello, please, do you mind just posting the chat, and then also like I will post underneath, you know, the link to the commercials masterclass. I just installed Look Designer 3 for Premiere Pro Windows, and it says Look Designer 2 in Premiere Pro, not 3. Oh, really? That's Vasya. I think just check if it has the basically XO1 import and export, and if it has, it should be definitely 3. But thanks for pointing it out. I'll check that. You know, maybe it's a, you know, we'll see whether it's a right installer, wrong installer. We'll figure this out. Okay, let me see any more question. Where could I join the masterclass? Yes, so go to color.training, masterclasses, and then you select on commercials. Anything else? Hey Dado, I've been using my look design subscription for 2 years and it's an amazing tool. I'd like to know if you could make more in-depth video about test image features. Adriana, that's a very good point. Why don't I do this next AMA? Isn't it? I could do a next AMA. I could show you how to do the test features. Does this sound like a plan, Adriana? Yeah, I think I'm going to do it next week. No problem. Color becomes different. Widget, I'm not sure. I got the promo Colab after I did on MacBook Pro and DaVinci Resolve in Windows. Widget, there is a particular set of settings you need to do. There is actually a knowledge base article to how you need to set DaVinci and how you need to select Colourlab Ai so that that image inside matches. There is basically a particular set of instructions that you need to do. And yes, it's very easy to do it. You have to follow step by step. So just go to like our website, and there is a knowledge base, the support site, and search, for this term, how to set up display in DaVinci Resolve, and then there is an article step by step that shows you how to do this. Okay, Cambodia, my God, amazing. Carl says, if it's only Colab Ai that works on Linux, there will be maybe a Linux Colab Ai at some moment, but not right now. Only thing it doesn't do is make a latte. Maybe we'll release Jason our own coffee brand soon. Exactly. And it's going to start speaking Chinese very soon as well, by the way. What does XO1 stand for? Well, XO1 is a short for color. So basically it's, X is like C, O, 0 is O, A is, 1 is L, and then you add O, another, and then 8. So this is like I had a number plate. I still have a personalized number plate in Los Angeles, and it says color, but it's using XO108. Like it's basically how would I say, a hacked color. Color hacked. All right. I love the question. Hey Dado, still having issues with legacy red cameras with color profiles in Look Designer and crashes Colab Ai. Is there anything I can do? Damn it, those legacy cameras. Now look, we're using Red SDK. We're not really like we can't make anything else but what Red really gave us. But why don't you maybe message us, and we'll see how we can help you, how we can figure out how to get your legacy reds to work. Maybe just email help@Colab Ai and explain a little bit more, your workflow, and then we can connect and see what we can do for you. I'm sure we can find a way how to get this going. Looking forward to more advanced AI features, of course. But for that we want to release Windows first. So our lab is developing a lot of new features, right? And we are not pushing them before we haven't released Windows. Why? Because then when we put a new feature, it will be available instantly in both Mac, Windows, and then later Linux. Right? If we are now to start doing new features, we will never be able to finish the Windows. So we are basically, guys, there's going to be so much new stuff the moment the Windows version is out on the AI front. There will be so much out, and it's happening. It's coming literally in the next few months. Juan says, I use a lot Look Designer. It will be a nice upgrade just to pass direct negative and positives with an arrow up and down, seeing the result, and not need to validate the look to see it. Okay, that's a very good point. Kushik says, sir, is the commercial masterclass limited on Resolve and can help use on Baselight? You could use it on Baselight, but we teach everything on Resolve, So I wouldn't recommend you, if you're a Baselight user, to take it, because a lot of stuff is very specific for Resolve. If anything, it will stop you use Baselight. It's a great system, don't get me wrong. But it's a different, this is not color grading, guys. Commercials masterclass is not about color grading. It's about finishing. What we used to do back in the day, we had a flame artist next door who was doing all of this stuff. Now we're doing it ourselves inside DaVinci. This is how far DaVinci's gone. It's amazing. And it does better some stuff than Flame used to do, especially like a retouching, painting, removing, you know. It's crazy. It's crazy what we could do, right? So it's really finishing. No high-end commercials ever finish without these finishing touches that you're using in commercials. You cannot finish commercial today to the high-end standard without using some of those special skills, right? Right? Excellent. The roast love. Yes. Yes, I want to have a roast lab. Yes, that's a good one. That's actually a new plugin. And then we have a button maybe on our plugin that connects with our coffee machine. That could be one. Oh man, I love it. 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 Thank you guys. Thank you guys for being an amazing crowd. Thank you. Woo, I want to give you another round of applause. And oh my God, Marcello is falling asleep. Where is he? Marcello. Okay, wait. I'll do it, guys, for you now. 1 second. Color.training. And where is it now? And I'm going to go and just quickly find it for you. No problem. And basically, what you're going to do is just click here, Masterclasses. There we go. And there we are, commercials masterclass. Fantastic. So it's coming your way. 1 second, let me not finish the class without you guys getting this link, because I can see it is important for you. Here we go. This is the link for the commercials masterclass. Justinian's here. Hey man, good to see you. The update for Look Designer is available for you now. Just go to your account and download it from there. Yes, you can just download it from there. Excellent. Thank you, Erwin. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Wonderful. Wonderful. Great to have you here. And, I'm looking forward to, some more new and exciting stuff. We already know what we're going to show next AMA. We're going to show how to use tests feature of Look Designer. That's going to be an interesting one. And then if you have any questions or anything like that, let me know. Let me know. You can, find me on our Discord at Art of Color. You can also, connect through us, via any of the, color training, messaging, sites or anything like that. But I think, right now, since we're doing the training courses and there's a lot of stuff happening, Discord is a good place. So yeah, it would be good to see you all there. Enjoy the rest of your day. Fantastic stream, actually. I really like it. I love when I have lots of new stuff to show you, and especially I love the fact that I showed you the windows. That really makes me happy, probably more than you. Have a nice day, everyone. Enjoy, and I shall see you in 1 week time. See you later.